Disclaimer. Cold water can sometimes be dangerous when done by an untrained individual. To make it safe, do not go in the cold water unattended. Build up your exposure gradually. Do not go 0 to 100 really quick, but most importantly, enjoy. Now on with the podcast. I think we're now going to go get in the...
Now going to go get in the ice box.
Right, now I've just started getting shivers because I've just said that.
Just thought about it.
Oh, God. Is there ever a good day for this? Honestly.
This is those moments when the sun comes out for 1 second in England. Bang. Straight out there. For all of you listening on audio right now, we're sat out, you know. It's nice outside. It's a good day. It's just been snowing. It's currently -3. So we thought this is the perfect time for sunglasses, swimming trunks and flip-flops. And
So, welcome back to the Sun Mentality podcast. I'm trying not to freeze right now.
Nah, it's all good, mate. I feel a tan coming on more than anything, to be honest.
The overcast,
Yeah.
all the clouds.
You know that apparently the UVs go through the clouds fine. So I'm still tanning up.
I've just put my hands on my nipples, and my
Nice.
nipples are really, really feeling it right now.
Mate, warm. Bloody warm. My toes especially, really warm.
Yeah,
But
well,
this is the crazy shit we do here at Summit Mentality.
so yeah, welcome back to the Sun Mentality podcast. I'm Travis.
And I'm Ted Stroud.
And today we're going to be talking about, as you can sort of see, we're going to be talking about the cold water exposure and how it can help you with your performance, your mind, your mental strength. So
Just about everything in life,
yeah,
really.
include it into your lives. It's helpful. It's helping me right now. I'm overcoming many a fear doing this.
It's quite funny, actually. That's the thing, when you get in cold water or you're outside, I feel like you can't really think about anything but the cold. So you're not really, it like releases that stress from your mind, doesn't it?
It's odd because there's been many times where I've sort of been sat there and I've been like, I'm freezing right now. Right now I feel a lot warmer than what I thought I was going to feel. I'm not even lying.
Your body's forcing you to warm
body,
up now.
yeah, my body is now like, right, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm just gonna sit here, relax, enjoy the process with my warm coffee, and but no. So, Ted, tell me a story about you and your main man.
Me and my cold journey. Basically, it started about 3 years ago. Towards end of 2019, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start with cold showers every day. I just see everything. There was a big trend on it, like YouTube, telling have cold showers a day, 30 cold showers a day challenge, and I was like, not 30 cold showers a day. That'd be too much. I don't recommend that. Plus, that's a lot of water as well. No, but I was
You're going through a crisis right now.
Yeah, I am. I'm thinking. Yeah, so basically I started off, I was like, I'm going to have a cold shower every day. And I have, literally since that day, I've never missed a day, even ill, which is really stupid. I don't recommend that, but I'm different. And yeah, so basically that started. And then I discovered Wim Hof, who's the Iceman. He's done some crazy shit. He's climbed to the death zone of Everest in shorts. He's done half marathon through the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, this guy is a complete, like, what a lot of people call a nutcase. But
Yeah.
he's like one of the ones that he's proud to be a nutcase. He's like us, where any ultra marathon runner, anyone who does anything that's crazy, he's one of those people who's like, yeah, I believe in this stuff. And he speaks his
He
truth.
loves it. And the crazy thing is, before I go into the detail, his method's actually been proven by science to help you consciously control your immune system, which is like groundbreaking. Like, that changes the textbooks. We always thought it was like a automatic response, your immune system, but with his method they found that you can actually boost like your levels of hang on, I'm getting this wording wrong now. It basically can reduce your inflammatory proteins that you get when you get ill. It's crazy. Definitely worth searching them up. It's a Radboud study.
Yeah, I watched his story I was on a Snapchat and I just sort of came across his story once, and it was about how he's like known as, what is it, Iceman is what he's known as, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Wim Hof, he I don't know how many years ago it was, but he's got 3 or 4 kids, I think.
More than that, I think.
More than that. And his wife passed away due to suicide. So I think he just didn't know how to deal with it. And one day he was walking around. He's from Norway, I think.
Netherlands, Amsterdam,
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And
One of those countries,
yeah,
the cold ones.
The cold ones, yeah. And I remember he was saying he saw an ice with lake that had. He saw a lake.
We're going mental.
He saw a lake with ice, and there was like a little gap that he got into, and he said the minute he got into it, his whole mind cleared, because you're concentrating on that one moment where it's you're in that survival mode of I don't want to freeze here, so I'm gonna survive. And that was his story. Like, he said that, so he started preaching the method. He started doing it all the time. He kept on going back to this lake, and it really cleared his mind of it. Took all the stress away from him. So it sort of links in with what we're doing with Summit Mentality, where we're trying to find our one thing to be good at, that one thing to put our mind towards. That was his one thing, and he's preached that, and he's shown it. Now he's teaching like millions of people around the world on how to do it.
Yeah, globally, there's so many people. It's beautiful, actually, and there's some of the case studies of the lives he's changed, the people he's helped is unbelievable. But yeah, so basically what happened in 2020, January time, I decided to take the leap, and I signed up for one of the Poland expeditions where there's actually Wim Hof's there, along with a load of other instructors, and there's 100 of us. Turn up, go to Poland, we're in this little coach going down some back alleys in the middle of nowhere. Turn up and there's Wim Hof. Wim Hof walks in, starts talking to all of us, and the journey began then. He walks in, he goes to us, you guys are the guinea pigs to science. Science is too slow, and we're going to push you, and we're going to put you in a completely new realm. And he was right. We turn up and we start doing his breathing method. Basically, it's really interesting, actually, because there was these ice lakes around which we'd go in, but before we'd prime with this breathing technique where you take more oxygen in than you let out, and it like pumps your blood round, gets the oxygen in your.
Teacher, come on, let's do it.
So
go on. What did you learn? Show me.
So what you do is you take one full deep breath in and let go. So it's just like that, and then you do it 30 times, and then on your last breath you do fully out, and you'll find you can hold your breath with no air in your lungs for 2 to 3 minutes, which is crazy. No air in your lungs at all, 2 to 3 minutes, fully out, just sit there and relax, and your head goes so clear, you're so relaxed and calm. You do that 3 times around, and then you get in the water. And the method is, the theory is when you get into cold water, the first thing that happens is you start to go, like you panic, your body goes for deep breaths.
I realised that the other day.
Yeah, we've all been there. Even when you get the cold shower and you're like you start to panic a bit. But if you do the breathing before, your body doesn't need to do it when it gets in the water.
Okay.
So your body's actually already ready to get into the cold water. And it was actually unbelievable. So there's 100 of us, and I was put into a group of 30 people with Emma, her name was, absolutely wonderful instructor. And we go in, we meet everyone. Everyone's one of the craziest things as well, as I learned, is that when everyone's together doing a difficult thing, you become like a tribe very quickly.
Yeah, that massive community.
Yeah, we're family. But anyway, we start off and we're doing this breathing method. And normally you do 3 rounds, and it takes like 15, 20 minutes, probably maximum, right? And then we do it with Wim, and he guides all of us in this room. And we're there doing it for like 45 minutes to an hour. So we're doing these breathing for so long. And your body, it's the most psychedelic experience I've ever had. I've seen people screaming, crying, just laughing their head off doing this.
Really?
And you go so deep that I don't know how it works, but it's clearly like activating some deeper parts of your brain which you don't normally activate through just normal life, right? And you're laying down and there's swirls in your eyes, your head's pounding, and it's actually the most blissful feeling. That's
crazy.
It is like doing a psychedelic experience. One of the guys I went with I didn't go with him, but I met him there, called Tom. He was saying how he had such a strong experience that he fully like hallucinated himself in his kitchen, and one by one his family members were coming in and giving him a hug. And he said it was like the most warming, peaceful feeling. And I think that's where I noticed there was a lot of people who went on that trip who, at the beginning, we all went in our groups and we spoke about why we were there, and we went round in a circle. And one of the guys was like, I am so unwell mentally. He was like, my mental health is dreadful. I haven't felt happy in years. Literally hasn't felt, he's just sad. And you could even see by looking at him, he was just grey and just down, shoulders slumped. And 3 days later, I'm watching the same guy who looks like he was on death's door, jumping around to Kanye West songs with the biggest smile on his face, having the
Who
greatest
doesn't jump around to Kanye?
It was amazing. Oh, we're probably get cancelled even talking about him now, to be honest. That's a wild one, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, it was unbelievable, the experience I had, and it was like a really deep feeling of happiness and contentness. Doing this breathing method, coupled with the cold water, and we're getting in and doing some crazy stuff. I've seen people there who are the least athletic builds in the nicest way possible, the least athletic build I've ever seen in my life. And by the end of this trip, we went in water that Emma put the temperature gauge in, and it said it was -2 because it's flowing water.
I've done that.
It's unreal. When have you done that?
In your pool.
Yeah, true. Well,
Right now, we're sat in Ted's back garden with his pool, and it's got a layer of ice about that thick.
It's probably
over
about,
the top.
what's that, like 3 centimetres?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get that bit. I've had to break it already with a barbell to get into it.
Have to smash into it, it's crazy.
Let me do that.
Yeah, go on, you do that whilst I chat about Wim Hof. But yeah, so basically we did this. By the end of it, we'd all kind of got...
Fanania!
Go on.
Oh, God.
Oh, it just speared straight through, didn't it?
Now it does.
The fact that it's not cracking and just making a hole is pretty crazy. That's mental. But yeah, we're going to go in that after this, because why not? It's good for you. But yeah, so we get in, and we've basically, one of the pillars of the method is mindset. So it's cold water exposure, breathing, and mindset. And you find that once you've done it a few times, you can start to get into a more meditative state, calm yourself down, relax. And when you get in the water, you're not panicking. That's when cold water gets dangerous, is when you go in, you can't control your breathing, you start to panic. That's where people have heart attacks and end up dying. Look at that thickness of that ice. That is probably 3 centimetres, do you reckon?
Yeah, you can't see.
Yeah, there's about 3 centimetres of water, like ice on top of the water.
How thick that is.
It's unbelievable, yeah. But yeah, and we get in, and by the end of it, they say...
Didn't even break the ice.
Didn't even dent it. So they say if you go in freezing cold water for like 3 to 4 minutes, you can get hypothermia and die. And by the end of it, without any of the breathing before to prime, just on calming ourselves down, being confident and mindful, I watched everyone in our group get in the freezing cold water for 10 minutes.
This sounds stupid. I'm guessing there was. Did you have like a medic or anything like that there to make sure?
The coaches who are our instructors, there's 2 of them per group, and they've all done, they're certified Wim Hof professionals. Yeah. So I'm assuming, you'd hope so.
Yeah, cool.
You'd hope though.
So what was your first, like, the first time you ever had cold water exposure? Was that the first time? Or?
The first time I'd ever done proper in ice was then. Walking down, there's this big waterfall. We go over this bridge, and you can already feel like the cold water splashing up and the air coming. And I got in, and it was actually crazy.
Was you ever scared?
Yeah. The thing is, even now, when I get in freezing cold water, there's a bit of fear in my head. That's just natural human reaction, I think, isn't it? You get in, and you're going into something which your brain knows could kill you if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
If you fall in and you're stuck under that layer of ice and you can't bring your head up, you're going to panic and you're going to die pretty quickly. So you have to be very careful with your cold exposure. Don't go 0 to 100 real quick. Have your cold showers, start your cold showers, learn it. Go in for 30 seconds with your first ice bath and just listen to your body. Otherwise you're in danger then.
Yeah, like I'd always say I recommend with anything, either learn from someone who's done it, learn from a professional, or research it yourself.
Yeah.
Like my first proper time was here in Ted's with Ted, and obviously he spoke to me about it. First time I ever done it, I was like, do you remember? I was squatting down, arms out there, and it was just like
shaking,
constant.
Yeah.
But the minute Ted then turned around and said, right, put your hands on your thighs and breathe. I was like, okay. The minute I put my hands on my thighs, I realised my fingers weren't going to fall off, and it was just more relaxing than it was stressful. But the first time, I remember it was like minuses in your pool, similar to this, where it had like the layer of ice over the top of it.
I've never seen it this crazy.
No, this one's a little bit mad compared to what we last done. But it was like, we just got back from, I think it was like a 10k run.
Yeah, it was.
And then we were just about to get in the pool, and I remember you saying it's got like a sheet of ice over it. I was like, oh, brilliant, here we go. This where it all gets a little bit more real. And we got in, I just remember feeling like my heart was racing, and it's that first instinct of like, right, calm down. I think I lasted about. We wanted to stay in for 2 minutes.
I think
I'd done a minute and a half. I was like, my
which
fingers.
is good for your
are
first
gonna,
time
yeah.
as well, to be honest.
I felt like my fingers were gonna fall off.
Yeah. I think the thing is, not only are you facing a big fear and doing something which your body and brain is telling you is dangerous and overcoming that you're breaking boundaries already with that. But there is so many scientifically proven benefits, not even just for athletes. Like, you've got your athletes, it reduces your pain, faster recovery time, it builds your better cardio system because it's pumping. Your body's getting better at pumping blood round, basically. It's like constricting all your veins, arteries, capillaries, all that sort of. It just makes your insides and your cardiovascular system a lot stronger, which in turn has been proven now to make your immune system better because it's pumping oxygen and blood more efficiently around your body. And it's just, there's scientific benefits and mental benefits to it as well. And I think it's one of those things, it's just, if you can overcome that fear. Everyone's scared of the water, everyone's scared of cold. We live in these warm houses, jackets on.
I'm scared of water overall.
Yeah. Oh, well, when you go out to sea, deep sea diving,
Yeah, that scares the hell out of me.
Crazy.
Well, I'm only little, but it's like
Only little, mate. Prehistoric dinosaurs coming out of the water and chomping you up.
You never know, right?
That's what scares me.
But it's like, yeah, like you were saying, when you're indoors, you're warm. You can tell the people who have done this more than others. The more you do it, the more you get used to the cold exposure. Right now, I've got goosebumps, I'm shivering. Ted is sat there like he has never, like he's wearing 5 jackets and he's in
looking
35,
like Gulliver's Travels with my hat on.
He's in 35-degree rainforest heat, and there's me like shivering. I'm trying not to shiver too much, but like you could just see the relaxed, and you're just there like.
You definitely get used to it, and your body gets a lot more comfortable with it as well. And I think it's just trying to get over. So many people will just go, "You're different, you're crazy." But I started off in the same situation as them. I was just brave enough to take that first step, and that's how it is with everything in life. So many people go, "That's crazy. Like, why would you run ultra marathons? Why do you want to hurt yourself like that?" It's like, because once you go into it, you realise how beautiful it really is. The benefits you get, and that bleeds into the rest of your life, and it's just beautiful. Cracking boundaries.
It's those things where it's like, where they do call you crazy, it's the minute it doesn't hurt anymore, where they're like, oh, that must really hurt. It's the minute it doesn't hurt anymore, that's when you know you need to up it. Then they call you even crazier.
Yeah.
And then you up it again, even crazier, and the levels don't stop. You start from 0. You start with, literally, if you put it in terms that everyone knows, you start with a kilometre, turns to 5k, turns to 10k, turns to a half marathon, turns to a marathon, turns to an ultra marathon. You do, and it's with time, effort, constant training, discipline is where it all happens, and that's not just with sport. That's for anything you do in life. So stick to that one thing, get the discipline down, get the motivation down, become obsessed, and really drive yourself, and that 1k will turn to 5k, will turn to 10k, to a half marathon, ultra marathon, and people will start calling you crazy as well.
And really, it's just as easy. Once you get used to it, doing a half marathon is as easy to you as someone who's doing their first 5k. It's like, do you see what I mean? So it's like relative levels of difficulty. The harder you work, the difficult things to other people are easy to you.
Yeah.
And that is just crack on. Why not live a life where you are becoming the best version of yourself, where you're doing crazy things that people go, that's mental, you're achieving awesome things, climbing mountains, just climbing your personal mountains. I don't know, you might want to become the best chess player of all time. Sit there and fucking play chess 3 hours a day then. Get used to it. And then eventually you'll beat all the beginners, all the like amateurs, and you go on and you've achieved something.
The one thing I quickly realised is everyone starts from 0. No one starts at 100. Everyone starts at a place where they need to build up from. You're never going to be born the best. You've got to work to be the best. And the way you work is the way that you're built, the way that you want to build yourself, your discipline, your motivation. You've just got to start from that 0 and turn it to 100. It happens quicker for others, but it just depends on how... talent is a thing, but I've always believed in hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work.
Every time. I agree with that. It really frustrates me when people go to me, oh, you must just love running and be a naturally talented runner because you can go far. No. 5 years ago, I was the worst runner ever. I've never ever showed any natural ability for running. I was slow, never won any races, died. We started walking halfway through. And I was like, I'm just going to get obsessed with it. And I did. Now here I am.
Summit mentality, #1 ultra marathon Snowdon runner.
Boom. See, it's just dedication. Just get excited by something. And the thing is, I think you just have to try so many different things until you find something. But don't try things. I've seen so many people pick up a guitar and go, I really want to learn the guitar. Travis has been guilty of this one.
Yeah.
Pick up the guitar, play 1 or 2 chords, realise they can't play it because it's the first time they've ever done it, and go, oh, I just can't play the guitar. No one picks up the guitar and it's like Jimi Hendrix. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just not a thing.
And now I could play the whole of Justin Bieber Love Yourself.
Yes, you can. And you're getting there with Harry Potter theme.
I am. That is my go-to. That is my party trick. When everyone's got a guitar out, it's like, give it here, let me play Harry Potter. Christmas time.
Yeah, that's it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's it though, isn't it, really? Find something you really care about and get good at it. And I think a really good way to practice that, actually, which people don't talk on and off, is if you've got a crappy little part-time job. Not crappy, it's important, but it's something you don't enjoy. You just, I hate my job, I don't want to do it, it's just boring. Go in, no matter what, and just be the best you can. You will get used to trying hard when you're not enjoying something.
Yeah.
So many people I know will go have like a retail job and just complain about it, but like, I turn up, I hide in the toilet and just sit on my phone, and I just like take an extra hour of break. It's like, that's such a good opportunity to be in a situation that's shitty and still just be like, I'm just going to be the best. I don't care whether I'm working more than I'm getting paid less than I should be because I'm working hard. Just go in and get used to just cracking on and being good at something, and that will very quickly bleed into when you now have the job or any situation you're in that you're like, I love this is great. You've practiced being good at it. Because the thing, even when me and you are trying to set this up, we love it, but there's so many times where it's just stress and a ball ache, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we've got good at just cracking on through it and just working it out, and I think you just learn that from having consistency and other things. Life's never going to be easy all the time. You've got to be good when it's shit, and you've got to be good when it's great, you know?
Yeah, I think if I've got to round this podcast off in one thing, it's not going to be, where you've spoken about cold water exposure, it's not going to be go jumping in a pool full of ice. That's not what I'm saying.
Although I do recommend it.
We
do recommend it. Cold showers, cold water, great. But carry on.
What I want people to take away from this podcast in particular is to find the one thing that you want to become, the master that you believe you can be. Try that one thing to really drive and help your mental health in a positive way by finding the one thing that you want to put all your effort into to become your master at. If that makes any sense for the last bit. I am cold. Find the thing that you want to become the master at.
And become the master.
And it's all to help your mental health in a positive way.
You can't be happy without growth. Without growth and progress, you cannot be happy. It's as simple as that, I think.
Perfect. I think we're now going to go get in the...
We're now going to go get in the ice bath.
Right, now I've just started getting shivers because I've just said that.
Just thought about it.
Oh, God. Right.
Right, let's do this.
We'll end the chat.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something out of it, and go smash the day.
This is Travis.
And this is Ted.
And now you get to watch us get into a pool of ice.
Farewell.
God, I'm cold. It's ridiculously cold.
Isn't it? It's -2 at the moment.
-2 right now.
Feeling great, feeling confident.
Oh, bloody hell, this is cold, I think.
Oh, you're low on battery. Is it all going to be for nothing?
Yeah, it's very sharp. Oh, it's not too bad.
He says.
Three brothers.
Three.
It's like a hot tub, isn't it, Fab?
Yeah. time are we looking?
We've got like 12 seconds.
2 seconds.
It was the one. 2 seconds. Time's changed. 6 seconds.
Well, I'll let this count down.
Done.
Keep moving.
Wim Hof once said,
But
this is the shit you do after. Wim Hofing. Yeah, buddy.
My body goes really
Yeah,
red.
it does.
Actually, you've got a line.
Come
You
on.
look tan.
Nice, I should do this more often.
right, should we go inside?
Me and my IB for shorts.
Scrumptious.
Day 3.